Welcome here, ladies and gentlemen, to the Colchester Legion Stadium here in Durham, Nova Scotia, for this matchup between the Fundy Thunder and the Valley Wildcats. Puck drop for the first period is about to be underway here. Both teams setting up. Whittier in between the pipes for the Wildcats, and Collins in between the pipes for Fundy. Fundy coming into this game 8-17-3. The Wildcats coming in 8-19-2. Seems to be a spot in the Wildcats zone that the refs are looking to maybe patch up here. And there we go. Looks like they might have gotten it here. We're ready for puck drop. And here we go. Right off the draw, Wildcats win it back quickly there. And it's dumped in to the Fundy zone. Chasing it. Burrow throwing it around. Battle forward in the corner as that one's moved out. Fundy breaking out, it's Parker. Parker crossing red, he'll dump it in to the Wildcats zone. Leads right out, White trying to put the pressure on, and he'll get the stick in there to take possession for Fundy. Not for long. Wildcats playing it in front. And a big stop there from Collins. Draw here in the Fundy zone. Puck is dropped. Fundy wins it back. White moving it around. As they try and break out here, it's flipped up high into the neutral. We're trying to get it on it. Ulith will throw it in. So they played around. Nickerson trying to get it out for the Wildcats. He'll go into the corner chasing it. Ulith will get there first. Battling for it behind the net. It's up to the line, almost kept in there. Fundy will have to regroup as White couldn't get there in time. Singer dumping that one in, and he's thrown down to the ice there by Nickerson. Up to the line, Singer shot on. And it's covered up there by Whittier. Both teams will get fresh legs out there. Refs having a quick talk with Whittier there. Not sure what that's over. But we're ready for puck drop here to the right of Whittier. Wildcats trying to push it through. Fundy will get it a shot on from Rennie. Goes wide as it hits a body. Laird battling for it. He'll throw it up to the line. Reed. Shot on. That one hits a body in front, goes wide. Rennie trying to get a shot on. That one goes wide there. Wildcats poking this one out. That goes down the length of the ice. Battling for it, a shot on. That one goes just wide there. Collins getting a piece of it on the glove, or the blocker, excuse me. Trying to play this one out. Laba trying to get it. Baird plays it back for Reed. This one's back and throw down there by Laba. Not for long though, they'll battle for it in front of the glass here before it's dumped into the Wildcats zone. Wildcats looking to set something up. Landon getting it up. Fundy taking possession here as that's moved down. Moore has it. He'll walk in with Warwick to his left. Moore still trying to battle with it here, but it's cleared out up to the line. Caught in some feet there. Moore with it again. He'll try and get a toe drag off there, but Cameron keeps him from getting that shot off. And it's along the boards into the corner. They'll have to battle for it. Breen trying to get it out. Shot on from Moore. Controlled there and covered up by Whittier. Both teams will get some fresh legs out. Or at least the Wildcats will. Moore taking the draw for the Thunder here. So the Wildcats win it back up to the line. They can't keep that one in. Pearl racing for it. Camo will get there first. Camo into the corner, playing it around. Pearl will get there. Pearl along the boards. Warwick in to try and lay a hit on him. Joseph Pitts trying to get it out now. It's into the neutral. Moore dumping that one down, and he'll head off for a change. Camo playing it around. Back for Camo. Camo throwing it into the neutral. Fundy will take possession. Parker moving that one to White. He can't get the pass off there, but he'll get it back on the Wildcats' dump attempt. Fans on the pass there. Keeps Pearl to the outside. A good defensive play from White after a little mishap with the puck. Now he'll get it again. White trying to get up to Cochran. And that one's down into the neutral. Cochran getting this one. He'll bring it in. Crossing blue. He'll cut back. Throws it in. Bouncing around. And cleared out of the danger zone there by Whittier. Now they'll try and play things out. Gagnon almost got out on a turnover there. Kept it at the line. Battling for it. Parker couldn't get the pass there. Now the Wildcats the other way. Flipping it over. Banks trying to get it in deep. It'll go in the corner. Fundy trying to break out. Turned over there. And a shot on. And it's flipped out to the neutral there. Gosling back to get it. Gosling to Ketty. Couldn't get that one, so Youth will grab it and throw it back in. Gosling bringing it out to the neutral. Intercepted. Laba trying to throw it back in. Laba gets it again. He'll move it up. Nice toe drag there. Walking in. McIver pushing at it. As that one's turned over. Now going the other way. The Wildcats bringing it in. And a big hit there from Laba. Moved around, turned over to Ketty. He'll play it in front. Shot on, and it hits the outside of the post and stays out from the back of the net. A close chance for the Wildcat. Draw here in the Fundy zone. They'll win it back and try and flip it out. Gosling tried to keep it in there. Bounced over his stick and through his legs, and he'll dump it in. Wildcats will have to clear. Over in front. Moving it into the slot. Nickerson trying to get a shot off. And it's in! The Wildcats strike first here after a chippy effort in the blue paint. Harris getting that one in. Turned over and a few sticks in front that Collins couldn't keep track of. Wildcats 1-0. One back on the draw by the Wildcats. Gosling flipping it up. Pearl trying to get there. But that'll flip in to the Fundy bench. They'll have the draw here just outside the Fundy zone. Wildcats win it back. Troop throwing it in. Around the boards, Pearl's there. He'll play it in deep. Camo trying to get it in front. And Rennie keeps that one from hitting the back of the net there. Now they'll try and clear it out. As that one's into the Wildcat zone for Gosling. He'll move it to Pearl, taken by Rennie. Parker trying to get it to Moore. Cochran in the neutral, circling around, getting pressured by the Wildcats. Camo pushing this one through, and he'll dump it into the Fundy zone. A good forecheck effort. That one's played around by Parker. A few bodies in the boards there. Parker comes out with it. He'll move it. Now Fundy trying to head the other way with it. Taken there by Terrace. Terrace moving it over to Troop. Troop having a look. Fires into the neutral. That play's broken up there. Camo with it. He'll dump it in on the backhand. And down for White behind his own net. White having a look, trying to play it up. Now the other way. Fundy. 2-1-2. Moore moving it over to Warwick. Warwick dropping it back to Moore. Shot on. And that one goes just wide after it hit a body in front. Warwick, a shot, and that one rings off the post. What a shot there. Had Whittier beat. Atkinson a shot. Rebound's alive, and they'll poke at it. Whistle will get blown, and we'll have some pushing and shoving in front. I don't think it could be a Fundy Thunder game without some pushing and shoving in front of the net. Always fun to see on a Saturday night. Both teams will get a fresh change here. .12:47 left to go here in the first frame. Cochran trying to win it back. Keddy gets it into the corner, pushing through. Fundy trying to set it up, but now going the other way. Keddy plays it in wide on the boards into the corner. Gladwin trying to get it up. And now Fundy the other way. Flipped in by Frazier. Frazier getting by, retrieving his own dump in. It's up to the line for Singer. Singer, shot on. Goes a little wide there. Playing it in front. Over in front, and a big save there as Whittier comes out to poke it with the stick. And that one will go down the length of the ice. White trying to get there. And that'll be a Wildcats icing. Draw here in the Wildcats zone. Fundy trying to get that first goal back early here. Try and build some momentum and take a lead. Moore trying to take a shot. Fans on it. It'll get flipped out to Reed, who keeps it in with his feet there. Little soccer play. But Gladwin getting it out to the neutral for the Wildcats. As it goes back. Played around Atkinson. He'll flip it high and in. On the net, and it's gloved up there by Whittier. So the draw here in the Wildcat zone. Moore taking it for Fundy. He'll go up to the line for Reed. He'll play it into the corner. Goes around the back. Moore laying the body. Atkinson trying to get there. Reed trying to hold the line, and he will. Flipping that in, but it's taken out there. Nickerson dumping it in off the corner of the board into the Fundy zone. And that one is cleared down by Fundy, and they'll get an icing. Draw here in the Fundy zone. One back by Fundy as they try and move that one around. It's Reed. Battle for it at the line there. Moore gets hit. A couple other bodies get tangled up. As Regetz throws it in, and a big hit there in front of the Fundy bench. Goes down. They'll battle for it. Uliff dumps it in to the Wildcat zone. Gambin in the corner. Off for Uliff. Uliff will bring it back into the corner, trying to sneak around to the other side of the zone. Cogger We'll lose that one. Wildcats breaking out, intercepted there, and dumped back in by McIver. Cogger trying to get back for it. Moved around, Gammon looking for an option. McIver again turns it over, but it hits off a leg. Back out, and it's dumped in there to the Wildcat zone. Now thrown the other way, trying to beat it. It's on net, so no icing here. And a good play by Collins to throw it out of the way. Back for net. Trying to dance through there. It's back, Fundy. Moving that one, Cogger. He has a little room to get some speed here. Cogger dropping it back to Uliff. Uliff, played over. And Cogger couldn't get his stick on it for the tip. Now pushing the other way. Parker is trying to get there. He'll play it back. A shot on. And the rebound pops out just past Ketty. A close chance there and a big save from Collins. In the corner, Camo. Couldn't get there in time. Wildcats with it. Played into the slot, and that pass is a little off McIver. Gets turned over. Pearl trying to get his stick in there. McIver eventually gets it out. Back down into the Wildcats end for Gosling. Gosling playing it up and in. They'll beat the icing here. Wildcats, Camo playing it in front. No one was there. It's up to the line. Kept in by the Wildcats battling for it. Parks playing it in front. Rebounds alive. And Collins can't see it. It's off to the side there. White taking it. He'll try and play it out. He's getting some pressure. White moving it, and it's flipped up. Laird getting it out. Cochran blows a tire there, still with possession. To McIver, who dumps it in. And the Fundy Thunder will get a well-needed line change. Baird playing for it in the boards. Trying to bring this one through. A nice move. In, a shot on. And a big save there from Whittier. Looked like he didn't know where it went, if he saved it or not. But he ends up making the save on Rennie. Draw here in the Wildcats' end. They're doing a good job of hemming up Fundy in their own zone. Is that one is one back out to the neutral. Singer back for it. He'll cut. Singer throwing that one in behind the Wildcats' net. Cameron back for it as he's getting some pressure from Cochran, excuse me. As the Wildcats play it out now, they have possession. Moving it up, and Etheridge couldn't get his stick on it as he's hit down to the ice. Reed still battling for it. It's behind the net. Singer trying to push his way to get possession. Shot on there. Sticks at it in front, and we'll get some pushing and shoving once again. Fundy trying to protect Collins there after a few sticks on his pads. Draw here. Played around the boards as the Fundy Thunder try and get it out here. Cogger playing it out to the neutral. Speeding in now as they try and set something up. And that one's covered up. As they tried to get it to Gagnon. And he couldn't get around Cameron. Draw here. One back by the Thunder, up to the line. Shot on, that one goes just wide, Laba. And it's flipped out, a nice stick there. As the Thunder try and get it. Pushing in, back. Nickerson a shot on, rebound, and it's in! And the Wildcats strike twice here in the second period, or the first period, excuse me. Making it 2-0 Wildcats with 7:17 left to go. Breen with the goal. as they've been putting non-stop pressure onto Collins, and this one slips by. One back by the Thunder. As they try and move it out, Atkinson couldn't get a handle on that one as it's flipped in behind the Thunder net. Joseph Pitts moving it. He's tripped up there, no call on this play. Gosling moving it to Pearl. Pearl trying to get it through, blocked by Warwick there. That definitely stung a little. Played over Pearl, a shot on, rebound out to the side as they try and keep it in. Fundy the other way, excuse me. Moore working in a shot, and that one goes just wide. Moore keeping it in, touched up there, and they'll have to blow the whistle for a high stick. This one will come out here just outside the Wildcats zone. 6:34 left in this first frame. Cogger getting that one off the draw. He'll dump it in. Gambin playing it over. Margette for Blandwin. Keddy trying to get it, and they'll move it out. Now going the other way. Gambin. A shot on, blocked in front as Cogger flips it. Out to the neutral here. Bring it back for it. He'll flip it off the boards. And it's dumped in there. Wildcats in possession, working their way towards the slot. Battling for it in front again. And that one will stay out. Now Collins will do some pushing and shoving. He doesn't like these guys in his crease. One thing about these players is there's a lot of discipline here. Do a little pushing and shoving as you should to defend your goalie, but once the rest come in there, it stops that at that. But now the rest look like they might be calling something on this play. And they will. Landon will go to the box here for the Wildcats. That's all we know so far. I'm not sure if any Fundy players will get a call here. And they will. Reed heading to the box as well. So it looks like play will say 5-on-5. But these guys get a call for... I'm not sure. But stays 5-on-5. And the draw here in the Fundy zone as they try and bring it out now off the draw. McIver couldn't get his stick on it there. Laba moving it back. It's flipped up by Singer. Uliff getting that one down with his glove as Breen forces him off it. Tries to play it back in. Uliff dumping that into the Wildcats' end. Stretch pass there. And that'll be a Wildcats icing. Draw here in the Wildcats zone. Fundy down by 2 as they try and come back. Up to the line, but Laba couldn't keep it in far enough, pushing for it. Indeed, Wildcats trying to set something up here. It's played around Terrace. Couldn't get there in time. Fundy will break it out now to the neutral. That's dumped in by Cochran. Flipped off the glass and out to the neutral. Wildcats the other way. Breen playing it off, and it's intercepted there. Cochran moving that one out. Now going the other way. Rennie. A shot on there, blocked in front. It'll go in the corner. Cochran battling for it. Still battling for it in the corner. Rebound controlled there by Cameron. Out to the slot. A shot on, and that one is a big pad save as Whittier comes far out from the net. Another shot. Nets off. And they'll have to stop the play here. But a few big saves from Whittier. Draw here in the Wildcats zone again. One back to the line. Fundy trying to set something up here. It's dumped into the corner. Played in front. Moore with a shot blocked. Atkinson will get it. Behind the Wildcats net. Plays it in front. It's back up to the line. Another shot on. Hits a body in front. Now Pearl will grab it and play it around the boards. Pitts will pinch for it. And it's flipped out to the neutral ice. And played back up to Moore. Moore working in. A shot on. Hits a body in front and goes wide. Wildcats blocking a lot of shots here. Parker moves it over. Thrown in again. Atkinson trying to keep it in the corner. Gets it to Moore. And that's sticked away there. Now along the boards. Another shot goes wide. Warwick racing for it. Trying to get there before Cameron. He will. Parker a 1-T. Tipped in front. And a big save there. Both teams will get some fresh legs. With just 3:29 left to go here in this period. Gagnon taking the draw. He'll win it back. Up to the line for Parker. He'll move it. Cochran loses that one. Parker trying to keep it in for him. But it's thrown down back into the Fundy zone. White racing for it. He gets there. Gets around Breen. Trying to play it up. But Nickerson keeps it in. As that's moved around. Parker putting that back down. Intercepted there and dumped in. Fundy will have to regroup in the neutral as it's offside. Nickerson moving that one. Racing for it is Laba. He'll get there in his own end. Laba. Off the boards, trying to play it out. Ringette gets it. Shot blocked. Now it's moved to Cochran. Cochran trying to keep a handle on that one. He'll get it. Cochran crossing red, dumps it in on net. And it's played there by Whittier. They move this one back. Laba is there to get it. Moving that one. Cogger playing it in. Ulith has a little room here. He'll try and walk around. Ulith cutting back in the corner. He'll get it up to the line for Reed. Reed a shot on. Tipped in front. And that one stays out of the net off the inside of the post. Another close chance for the Thunder. Now Cogger walking in. A shot on. And that one goes off the outside of the netting. They still have it. Into the slot. Ulith fans on that shot. Played in front again, and that one goes wide. McIver playing it in deep. Ulith's there. He'll have to battle for it because Keddy with the puck now, trying to play it out as the Wildcats are getting pressured. And a big hit there. McIver keeps them. Into the slot. Ulith trying to get a shot off. Taken there up to the line. Dumped back in by Reed. But now the Wildcats with a full possession here. They'll flip it in to the Thunder zone. And that one's thrown down the length of the ice. Fundy icing. With 1:13 left to go here. What a few close chances for Fundy. I think that must be 3 posts hit now. So we have a draw here in the Fundy zone. Draw one back by the Wildcats. Trooper shot on, blocked in front. Singer had it caught up there. Another shot goes wide. Another one. And the net comes off there. They'll have to blow the whistle. Collins makes a few big saves. Draw here in the Thunder zone. They try and push it by. Gosling gets it at the line with the shot on. That one gets tipped wide. Pearl racing to get there. Fundy shutting them down. Played back. Singer couldn't get it. Rennie getting that one back, and Singer with a big hit there. And now we're going to get a penalty. It'll be against Singer. So now Singer heading to the box here. I'm not sure of the call yet. They're cross-checking. For interference, sorry. So now the Wildcats, a 2-minute power play, our first power play of the game with 40 seconds left to go. As they win it back, they'll control the play here. Playing it through Breen. Dumping that one back into the corner.
2 minutes for interference.
Around the back of the net in front. A shot on and a glove save there. Breen grabbing the rebound. He'll move it up to the line for Banks again. Banks back to Breen. Banks in the slot, and that pass is taken away there. Not for long. A shot. And it's covered up by Collins. Some parents not happy with how the refs have been calling this game. They'll share some words from the bleachers here. Played into the boards, up to the line. A shot on from the Wildcats. Blocked in front. Cogger trying to clear it. Another shot flips up high. And that'll be the end of the first period. Shots 16-13 in favor of the Wildcats. Both teams will head back to their respective locker rooms here. And we'll be back in just a little bit with the second period. And welcome back here, folks. Second period action about to take place. Fundy versus the Wildcats. Wildcats leading 2-0 after 20 minutes here. And they'll start this second period with a power play. A minute 19 left on that. As Singer is in the box for interference. Puck drop. And here we go. Battle for it at the dot. And it'll get pushed back into the Fundy zone. Laba moving it around. Ulith racing for it. Trying to get there, but Studert moves it. Cameron couldn't get a handle on that one. Ulith trying to get there. Etheridge moving it. Landon. Take it down there, and it's fired down the length of the ice. Fundy will clear it. Gonna get covered up there by Whittier. So Fundy will have a offensive zone draw here. We'll put a couple fresh legs out. One back, a shot on by Warwick. Sticked away there. As Cameron gets it. Moore intercepting that and pushing it in. Cameron holding in. And there'll be no call there. Played around into the corner. Wildcats. Pearl flipping it over. Cameron. Cutting back. Cameron with it. Pearl plays it in deep. Wildcats trying to set it up here. Back to Pearl. Pearl to Cameron. Cameron walks in. He'll play it in deep. Studert plays it in front, and the net comes off again there. They'll have to stop the play. Draw here in the Fundy zone. Shot on, blocked in front. Nickerson tried to get it through. Now it's back in to the Wildcat zone as they move it around. Stop. Banks couldn't get it there. So it's turned over and a shot on there from Barrett, goes wide. A great chance for the Wildcats as we're back to 5-on-5. Thrown in, a shot on, and a bar down goal, making it 3-0 for the Wildcats. What a goal from Terrace, getting his second of the game. Nothing Wildcats early into the second period here. One back by the Wildcats off the draw. Moved up, Terrace pushing for it. It's back, Parker getting it to McIver, who tries to play it out. Again, keeping it in at the line. Pitts in his own zone, circling around. He'll play it up off the glass and down into the Wildcats' end. Getting there first is Ulith. He'll get it taken off his stick there. And it's pushed by Terrace, still pushing at it. Gambin, nice move there to get around White. White will tie him up as it gets to McIver. Turned over. Banks throwing that in off the glass. It goes around the back of the Fundy net. And flipped up high down into the Wildcat zone. Move to Pearl. Pearl tips it. McIver trying to dump that one in. It'll be offside. Draw here just outside the Wildcat zone. Back for White, who will dump it in. Not for long, it was blocked there as it goes back in on net. Woodier playing that one. Gosling moving that over. Banks couldn't quite get that on his stick, and he'll get hit by Moore as it goes back. Fundy playing that one out. And it'll be a Fundy icing there. So go back into their zone. Draw here. One back, and Etheridge tries to get a quick shot off the draw there. And we're going to get a penalty here against the Wildcats. It'll be a hooking call against Etheridge. So Fundy will put out their power play line here as they try and get their first one up on the board. We go down to the Wildcat zone. Up to the line, Ulith. He'll play it over. Singer having a look, back to Ulith. He'll fan on that shot, he throws it in deep.
Valley Wildcats penalty to number 15.
Circling up is Cochran as he plays back over to Singer. Singer to Cochran. A shot on, and it's blocked in front. A big block there. I believe that was Kenny with the block. Singer, a shot, and it's covered up by Whittier with yet another big stop. Draw here in the Wildcat zone. 1:34 left on the Fundy power play. They'll win it back off the draw there up to the line for Singer. Singer moving that over. Cochran walking into the slot. He plays it in deep. Rennie battling forward in the corner. Gets back up to the line for Singer. Singer. Ulith. Ulith plays it in deep. Rennie plays it in the slot there, and it stays out, and it's fired around the boards. Singer keeps it in at the line. Singer. Played over. Pass blocked there as Ulith will get back for it. Ulith keeping it just in at the line. Rennie to Singer. Back to Ulith. Ulith to Singer, who walks in. A shot. Blocked in front again. Banks getting the block this time. Ulith keeping it in on the boards. Played in front. And now it's pushed the other way. Banks trying to get it out. Kept in. Ulith in deep. Warwick getting it back up. Ulith at the line. He'll throw it in back to Warwick. Shot on and bounced weird off of Gosling there. Cochran back up. Singer shot blocked in front. Trying to clear it out of the danger zone. A body goes down there. No call on this play. And we're going to get a stoppage in play here. And Rennie was taken down there. There'll be no call. Fundy parents looking for one. So the draw here, just outside the Wildcat zone, 16 seconds left on the Fundy man advantage. As the Wildcats win it back there, Ringette down behind the net. McIver takes it, tries to play it in front to the slot. The Wildcats will grab it and clear it down into the neutral zone. And it bounced off a ref skate there, and it's turned over to Terrace. Now Moore back the other way. Down on the play there. It's back. Nice move there. Shot on. Rebound popped out. McIver trying to play it back in deep. Battling forward as well is Atkinson. Up to the line, a shot. Big save there for Whittier. McIver along the boards. Fundy still pushing here. Pitts will grab it. A shot on from Pitts, and that goes around. McIver into the corner. Plays it over, nice pass to Pitts. Couldn't quite get his stick on that one. And it goes out to the neutral. Pitts dumps it back in. Wildcats playing this one out. Now pushing through. Breen will get it into the opposite end here. Off the boards, McIver playing that one through. A nice pass there to Cochran. Cochran walking in along the boards, trying to avoid the opposition here. McIver gets it into the corner. Into the corner, up to the line. Cochran walking into the slot, a shot, and a big save there from Whittier. Laba keeping that one in the Wildcat zone. Reed trying to race to get there. Pearl will get it first, turned over. Parker, a shot on, and a blocker save from Whittier. Now the Wildcats back the other way. Dumping it in there is Pearl. Laba will get back in the corner and battle with Pearl for it. Pearl moving it around. Banks gets there, keeps it in the corner. Reed battling for it. Gagnon in there as well. Pearl gets that one out. He'll race for it in the corner now. Still getting some pressure here. It's back out. Banks, a nice move. Can't get the shot off, and that one's just high. They try and play this out. Gagnon to Frazier. Frazier keeps that one and throws it into the neutral. Studert dumps it right back in on net, where Reed controls it. Firing that one down, trying to get a stretch pass. Tipped in by Eula. Cameron moving that around, turned over. In front. Eula to the line for White. White back to Eula. Eulith, a shot on, and a pad save there. Eulith back in front. And it's cleared out to the neutral. Played into the corner, battling for it. Tipped out, now going the other way, a shot on. Eulith with it. He'll move it. Pushing through is Carter. Hands it back to McIver with a shot. And it's covered up there by Whittier. What a save is what I meant to say. Eulith has been shut down in between the pipes for the Wildcats tonight. Draw here, one back by Fundy, but now pushing for it. Etheridge trying to get there. White will get there. Just in time. Now Eulith pushing the other way. Getting it past, he'll dump it in. Racing after it, Cogger trying to get there. The Wildcats try and play this one out. They'll start to move it to the neutral. True. Handing it off for Blandon. Blandon, a nice toe drag there to walk in. A shot on, goes wide. He couldn't get the full power behind that one. Now Singer trying to play it out. Kept in by Terrace. He'll play it in front. And it's cleared out of the way there by Singer. Troop in the corner. Hit off that one. Terrace behind the net grabbing it. Played around. Barrett getting this one out. He'll flip it to the neutral. Gosling there. Almost loses that one. Breen pushing by. Breen walking in now. Couple nice moves. He'll go to the corner, up to the line. Troop passes that over to Gosling, a shot. And that one goes just wide. Now it's flipped up. Rennie pushing through. Back for Barrett, and that flips over Barrett's head down into the Fundy end. Pushing off that one. Barrett in front of his net. Gets it out. And that's fired down the length of the ice there. That'll be a Wildcats icing. Draw here in the Wildcats zone, 9:48 left in play. Fundy still down by 3. They've had a lot of great opportunities thus far. Trying to push it by. Wildcats will get it in the neutral. Terrace, who has 2 already. Terrace, a shot on. And a pad save there from Collins. Parker moves it around. Cochran along the boards battling for it now. Has Breen pressuring him. And it's flipped down the length of the ice there by Uliff. That'll be a Fundy icing. Drawing back by the Fundy in their own zone. Gambin getting it in the neutral. He'll move it down. Camo dumping it in. It's back for Parker. Parker behind his own net. Plays it in front. A risky play there. And it's back out. Cochran tipping it. Rennie couldn't get there in time. It's dumped back in by Gambin. Parker playing it off the boards. Trying to get it up. Intercepted. And Pearl almost had a great opportunity there. He'll still get in and grab it. Pearl flipping that into the open ice. We're going to a shot. Blocked in front. Pearl trying to get another shot on. Blocked, and it flies high. Camo in the corner. Getting it to Pearl behind the net. Not for long. It's played around. Cochran flipping it out to the neutral. Rennie trying to force this one by. He's held to the boards. It's back for Cochran with a nice toe drag there. Flipping it over to Moore. Moore walking in on the boards now. Now Fundy will set it up. Laba, a shot blocked in front. Hits off the stick of Camo. Now in the corner. Rennie looking for an option. Walks in, a shot. Blocked in front once again. Gambin almost hit off that one. Gets it to Pearl. Pearl will skate it into the neutral now. Pearl, Gambin working their way in. A shot on. Blocker save from Collins. Gambin moving that one around. Fundy will get there. And that one's down the length of the ice. No icing on this play, however. As Keddy races back for it. He's hit there by Warwick. Laba taking that one. A shot on, and his stick goes flying. Or looks like it was Keddy's stick that went flying off the shot there. And this one flips up into the neutral. Bringing it in. More. Shot on, and that one's just wide. Atkinson trying to get on the rebound in the corner. He'll have to battle for it. Warwick coming in to assist. Warwick playing it into the slot. Intercepted there. Studert trying to play it the other way. That's down the length of the ice there. Wildcats icing. Draw here in the Wildcat zone. Up to the line, a shot on, tipped down in front. That one was just wide. Parker playing it around. And that's flipped out, racing after it. Going the other way, Landon. And that's sticked away by Cochran, a great defensive play. Atkinson battling for it. As Fundy battles for it on the boards. Thrown back in there by Cameron. And they'll go for it on the other side now. Getting it up. Cochran taking his time, getting it over to Singer. Singer crossing red. He'll dump it in. It's back. Keddy hit off that one. As they take possession here. Frazier getting it up to the line. Into the slot. Frazier has it again. Nice move there to get around Blandon. Blandon keeping the pressure on, hits him into the boards, and he'll take possession now. Going the other way, handing it Etheridge back to Blandon. And he'll dump it in on. Rebound controlled there. Frazier playing it back. Fundy will take their time in their zone, trying to set it up and let a few players get a change. Move through up to Frazier, who's still on the ice here. He'll flip it in. Now Wildcats the other way. Breen working through, poked off that one. And it's tipped in front there. White in the corner. Backhanding that one through. Played over. McIver. He'll cross red and dump it in on net. Off the pad of Whittier there. Now to the line. McIver trying to handle this one. He'll throw it into the corner off of Cogger. Cogger pushing for it. Hewlett. Hit off that one. Fundy still in possession. McIver to the line for White. White, a shot on. Gloved up there, but not for long as it sneaks out. Gosling trying to get it out. Wildcats move this one. Breen chipping it by McIver. McIver with the reach. Gets it back into Fundy possession. White firing that down. And that'll be a Fundy icing. With 4:48 left. Draw here in the Fundy zone. Wildcats up by 3, still shots 24-21, but now in Fundy's favor. They've been peppering the shots a little bit more this period. Shot on there, blocker save from Collins. It'll go into the corner, they'll all battle for it. Up to the line, Gosling, a quick shot on. Rebound, taken by Cogger, he'll flip it off the glass out to the neutral. And a big collision there, McIver with the big hit. Gosling flipping that one in. It's in White's possession. White into the corner. Couldn't control that one. Now the Wildcats playing it in front. Pad save from Collins. Keeps it to the outside. McIver. Getting that one in deep to the corner. As White gets it out to the neutral. He's hit there. And Camo dumping that one in. Pearl racing for it. He'll get there. Into the corner first. Plays it in front. And it's covered up there by Whittier. Draw here in the Fundy zone. Shot on. That one goes high and into the netting. Draw here. Flipped in. Pitts behind his own net. And they'll start to break it out now. Pass didn't go quite where they wanted it to. Fundy still pushing for it. That gets turned over. Breen bringing it back in. And thrown back down the length of the ice there. Fundy icing. Draw here in the Fundy zone. Battle for it off the dot. Shot on. Quick one there from Etheridge. They'll all battle for it in the corner. Pitts getting it by and around. Cochran trying to get there first. Blandon uses his speed to keep it in. Pitts in the corner again, getting it up. Cochran battling for it. He'll flip it. And that's turned back over. Keddy keeping it in. Now out. Rennie working his way in. Rennie in the corner. Cochran. Rennie behind the net looking for an option. He'll play it around. Keddy with it. Gains possession for the Wildcats and flips it down there. Getting back for it. Flipped up. Past Cochran. Moore now. Working in. Moore shot. And a big save there from Whittier. Not over yet. Another shot from Warwick. And a big jump save there off the pad. Blandon bringing it out to the neutral now. That's flipped by. Down into the corner. Laba trying to get there first. Up to the line. Gambin a shot on blocked. As that goes around. And now out the other way. Flipped. We're going to try to keep it in. It'll go to the neutral. He'll dump it. Moore back for it. Moore cutting behind his own net. Pearl keeping him behind there. Moore gets it to the corner. A little miscommunication there as it's flipped around to the opposite for Laba. Laba with a hit there. Banks trying to keep this one in. Shot on, and Camo couldn't throw that one in. Studer back up to him. Studer at the line. He'll take a shot on, tipped up high and into the opposite corner. Flipped up to the neutral. Now Fundy the other way. Atkinson with Moore. Atkinson tries to get a pass over. Camo will tie it up. Atkinson now with it again. Shot on. Up to Frazier, a shot. Blocked in front. Back up to the line. Parker to Singer. Singer working his way around the blue line. A shot on, blocked. Singer pushing forward. It goes by. Now Gambin the other way. The captain. A shot on, and that one goes high. Wildcats in possession, just under a minute left to go here. And we'll get a stoppage in play. As it looks like Woodier's helmet might have come loose, a strap or fastening of some sort. What a game here. Wildcats up by 3, but right now, Fundy is pushing to get on the board nonstop. They're practically tied in shots. Fundy has one more. Shot on there, and they score! Fundy gets on the board. It's 3-1. All thanks to Maddox Rennie with a big one off the draw there. Finally, they get past one, or they get one past Whittier. And a good way to finish off the second period here. A little hope for the Thunder. The battle for it off the draw here. Rennie again playing that one in. Eulith trying to get his stick on it. A shot on. Goes behind the net. They try and play it in front. Another shot. And that one just flips wide. What a chance. Rennie with a big hit there. And now we're going to get a penalty against the Fundy Thunder. Just when they got rolling.
Get off the ice, ref!
And Fundy fans not happy about this call. But now Wildcats, a chance to get a little bit of a cushion on their lead late in the second. That one's flying around. Parker getting there. Into the corner. Singer playing it around. Banks has it, throws it in front. Another shot on. And the rebound's cleared down the length of the ice there. And Singer not feeling good. He got slashed in the hand, it seems. Nickerson with it, and he'll throw it on net. And that will not fly with the Thunder. Collins throws that puck back down. Will he get it in? And he will. Well, that'll be the end of the second period, an eventful one here. Once again, the Wildcats will start the period with a power play, but this time Fundy getting one on the board as they push to come back. We'll be back in just a moment with the third period. Welcome back here, folks. Third period is about to be underway between the Fundy Thunder and the Valley Wildcats here. We'll start this period 4-on-4, as after the second period came to an end, there was a late shot onto the Fundy net. 4-on-4 for 1:34, and then Fundy will have a short power play. Here we go. Wildcats win it back. Ringette moving it. Banks getting that one back to Ringette. In the neutral zone, Ringette moving through. Intercepted. Pearl getting it. He'll throw it on net. Blocked by Atkinson. It'll tip off the boards. And it's covered up there by Collins. Draw here in the Thunder zone. And Moore will get kicked out of the draw here. Atkinson will have to come in. Wildcats win it back. Ringette plays it over. Shot on there. That one's just wide. Hits. We'll try and get this one out. Moore going the other way with it now. Moore and Atkinson working in. Moore shot on! And a big save there from Whittier. Little action after the whistle there. So the draw here will be in the Wildcat zone. As Fundy tries to set up to get another one on the boards and cut this Wildcat lead in half. Wildcats win it off the draw. Ringette moving it around the back of the net. Getting this one out. Gambit. Green trying to dump that one in. Fundy with possession. As they play that one through. Moore trying to grace it there. And a good push by Gambit to bring it in. Into the corner. Pressured there by Pitts. Pitts around the back of the net. Throws it down. Moore racing to get there. It's back for Troop. Troop fans on the initial pass. Still gets it up to the neutral. And that'll be offside against the Thunder. Draw here just outside the Fundy zone. Wildcats win it back. Trying to push this one through. Warwick's in for it. Warwick trying to play it around. Troops there. He'll flip it. Gosling getting that one. Wildcats the other way. Blandon gets that one deep into the Fundy zone. Ricchetti will battle for it. Rennie picking it up. He'll bring it out now. Fundy on their short power play. Just 10 seconds left on that. Rennie working in, plays it in front. No one was there, and he's taken down. Hewlett over to Singer. Singer, a shot on, and that one's just wide. As that's played up to Singer again. Singer over. Hewlett plays it in deep. Fundy looking to set it up here. Nice saucer over to Singer. Singer into the corner. Played around. Cochran gets it. Cochran in deep. Circling. Gets that one on net, and that's in! Fundy, 3-2. Jude Cochran cuts the Wildcats lead in half. Throws it in the net. It was tipped, and it just slips through the 5-hole there. Fundy now just down by 1 as they push for the comeback. One back. Fundy trying to push that one by. Atkinson gets that down. He gets it into the corner. Studer playing it around. Como kept in at the line. And that'll roll right in front of Whittier. He'll cover it up. Fundy definitely with a little momentum now. Wildcats trying to get it out. It'll sneak by. Parker trying to get back for it. And he will, but he's hitting to the boards there. Played around. McIver flips that one up high to the neutral. Pushing by. It got around. Atkinson. Moore shot on. And they tie it up. What a goal. What a play. Gavin Moore. What a play. It snuck past the Wildcats D-man. Moore and Atkinson race after it, and a beautiful move by Moore to throw it in on the backhand. Things are tied up here at the Colchester Legion Stadium as this one's pushed in. Wildcats playing around the back of the Fundy net in front. Play controlled. Wildcats pushing back the other way. Shot on. That one's wide. We have ourselves a game here now, folks, as Laba goes into the corner for it. Terrace battling with him. Big hit there. Breen around the back of the Fundy net. Gets that taken off his stick. And a weird bounce off the glass there. Breen over. Shot on. Rebound flicked out of the way. Still in the slot. Another shot. Rebound still in front, and now Fundy the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Frazier working in. He'll cut. Plays it back. Trying to keep it in at the line. And we're going to have a penalty here against the Fundy Thunder. Lava will head to the box. I'm not sure what the call is here. I'm not sure if it was against the bench, but nonetheless, Wildcats, a power play opportunity and a chance to take back their lead here in the third period. As they win the draw back. Move over, Studer. Landon trying to get up to Pearl, who can't keep it in. That goes down the length of the ice there. Studer behind his net. Hands it off for Pearl, back for Studer. Uliff pressuring. Studer back in his own zone. He'll play it around, turned over. Uliff trying to play it in front. And a good chance there, but now the Wildcats the other way. Pearl walking through along the boards. He'll play it over. Studer at the line. Back for Ringette. A shot on, tipped in front, and it'll stay out. Off the glass, Pearl keeps it in. Pearl to Ringette. He'll circle around the line. A shot on. That one goes wide. As they try and clear it out. Pearl's there. A minute left to go here on the Wildcats man advantage. Ringette plays it in deep. Studer. A shot in front. Blocked. Studer still with it. Tries to get up to the line. Intercepted. Pearl keeping it in. That goes around for Pitts. He'll use the boards to get it around. Ringette keeps it in. A shot on. Sticked away there. Etheridge hit off that one. Now Fundy will clear it down the length of the ice there with just 30 seconds left to go on the Wildcats power play. Pearl loses that one. It's back. Ringette recovers. As that one's flipped through. Pass intercepted there. Now Warwick throws it up with a little slap there to the air. Back down in to the Wildcat zone. Try and play this one through. Terrace crossing red. He'll try and bring it in. Moore goes down. A shot on. Blocked in front. Breen trying to dangle his way in a shot. That one goes up high. Stays out. Now flip the other way. Warwick intercepting. Now going through. Fundy, 2-on-1 developing. White will cut back for it. White playing it in on. Pass blocked there. Wildcats the other way. Play shut down by Singer. Now we're going to get a penalty here. It'll be against Fundy once again. And a big hit again. This game slowly getting out of control. So White heads to the box here for the initial penalty called. And it'll be 5-on-5. As it looks like Nickerson heading to the box as well for his hit after the whistle. Five on five, tied up 3-3 in the third period here. The refs clarifying things here at the Fundy bench. So now the draw here in the Fundy zone, 5-on-5 after that little mishap, if you will. Pearl trying to get it back on the draw. He will. He'll play it over, turned over. Cochran flipping that into the neutral, trying to get it through for Barrett. It's back to the neutral. Cochran getting it back. Flip down again. Parker to Cochran. Cochran blocks the pass there. It'll stay in the neutral. Flipped around. Rennie. Nice move there. Rennie walking in. Poked away off his stick. Como dumping it back. Dumped in there by the Wildcats to the Fundy zone. Wildcats icing. $12:40 left to go here. Draw here in the Wildcats' end. Refs talking things over here. So now they'll go have a chat here with the Wildcats bench. And we'll be ready to play on. Moore wins it back. Pitts keeping it into the line. Warwick trying to get there. Battle for it in the corner. Gosling getting himself in there as well. Shoots out. Moore grabs it. Flips it off the boards, trying to get it up. But now Pearl will take it and head the other way for the Wildcats. Pearl dumping that one in. He'll head off for a change. Flipped around, Warwick. Into the neutral. Gosling grabs it. Moves that one over. Pass intercepted there. Pitts. Or Frazier, moving that one up. Atkinson trying to get it through to Warwick. No icing on this play as it was tipped. Intercepted. Atkinson with the tabletop hip there. Singer walking in, a shot on, and that one's just high. Trying to keep it in, Reed, and he will. Down behind the net, Troop Playing that one back. Wildcats in possession. Flipped off the boards. Reed couldn't keep that one in. And it goes down into the Fundy zone. Wildcats icing. Draw here. Wingette playing it around the back of the net for Troop. Troop intercepted, back for Reed. Reed flips it in. Wingette back for it. He'll throw it by. Singer hands it off. Rennie couldn't keep his stick on that one. It goes back in, or Cochran, excuse me, goes back into his zone. Gagnon trying to push it by as it's back. Flipped up into the neutral. Wildcats working the other way now. Shot on, and that one flips in the back of the net. Wildcats take the lead. Terrace with, I believe, his third of the game. Throws that one in and gives the Wildcats the lead halfway through this intense third period. Draw one through into the Fundy zone. Breen keeping it in as they flip it out, back up to the line. Another shot on, controlled there. And Parker flips it out to the neutral. Ringette moving it through. Nice tip on the pass there. Parker will get it. Parker playing it around the boards to Cochran. Now the other way. Hewlett hit off that one. Still gets it into the Wildcat zone. Around Terrace. Couldn't get his stick on that one. It's thrown in on net. And around McIver there. McIver throwing that one towards. It goes into the corner. Hewlett's trying to get there. It'll go back into the neutral. Dumped right back in by Fundy. In the neutral zone here, it's back in to the Wildcats' end. As they try and get it out here to the neutral. Barrett holding it there. And flipped all the way back down by McIver. Now going the other way. Gambin still with it in the boards. Tries to throw it around. He'll get it to Pearl. Pearl in the corner. Turned over. Cochran picking it up. He'll throw it into the neutral. Trying to get there. Almost flipped over the stick of Banks, but he'll grab it and throw it in. Now Fundy going the other way. 3-on-2. Pitts dumping it into the corner. Back behind the net now. He'll get hit off that one. Camo trying to get it. Who plays it back. And that one's thrown down the length of the ice there. It'll be a Wildcats icing. Draw here. Wildcat zone. And a shot on. Gloved up there by Whittier. And now the ref having a talk with Uliff. Perhaps with something he said on the ice. I'm not sure. No calls will be made, thankfully, for the Fundy Thunder. Back up along the boards. Warwick throwing it on. It goes wide. Singer at the line. Shot on. Tipped in front. Won't get full power behind that. And they throw it down the length of the ice. But Blandon will get back and beat the icing. Played along the boards. Cameron keeping this one in. It's poked by. Now after it. Atkinson has Warwick with them. Atkinson over to Warwick. And that pass was a little too high in the air. Warwick couldn't bat it. Studer trying to play it out now. Flips past. Dumped right back in. Wildcats playing it off the glass. It'll hit a speaker. It won't get a stoppage in play. Draw here in the Wildcat zone. We'll try and win it back. Frazier playing it over. Parker throwing it around the boards. Gagnon behind the net. Getting himself in there. He's held against the boards. Frazier in to help. Kept in at the line. A big hit. And now it's going the other way. Breen working his way in. Gets it over to Terrace. With a shot on. Rebound controlled back behind the net. Parker will play it off the glass, or the net, excuse me. We'll get a stoppage in play. Draw here. In the Thunder zone. Gets that up to Gosling at the line, a shot, and that one's just wide. Played around, Pearl. Another shot, sticked away there by Collins. Pearl in the corner. He'll try and flip it up. Kept in by Troop just in time there. And that one will flip out to the neutral. Gosling back for it, he dumps it back into the Thunder zone. Pitts battling for it with Camo. Pitts taken down there. Flipped off the glass. And back, Gosling dumping it right back in there with just 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here. Cochran trying to move that one. Now Uliff the other way. Has a shot on, and that flips way up. And it'll hit the netting. Draw here in the Wildcat zone. .620 left in play. Rennie a shot on, and a pad save there. Cochran in the corner battling for it. Breen will take it into the opposite corner, and he'll try and bring it out now. And that one goes shooting in to the Thunder bench. Everyone's all right. We'll get a stoppage in play. Draw here just outside the Wildcat zone. One back, Etheridge. He'll dump it in, and that'll be icing against the Wildcats. Draw for it in the Wildcat zone now. Just under 6 minutes left in play. Up to the line. Rennie couldn't get the shot off there. As it goes back over. Singer taken down. Landon pushing through. Another hit and a shot on, and that one goes wide. Played around. Fundy breaking it out now. Pass block there by Gambit. Collins controls that one. Cochran, and now we're going to get a penalty here for something that happened in front of the Wildcats bench, and it'll be against the Wildcats. Landon heading to the box. And now the Thunder will get a power play as they try and tie things up with 5 minutes left to go here. Four-three, shots 34-34. Fundy with a power play as they try and tie things up. They win it back. Singer playing it over. Play it over to Rennie. Rennie couldn't get the shot off there in the corner. He'll circle back up. Flips it over. Uliff plays it in deep. Into the slot. And Rennie fans on it there. Singer keeps it into the line. Just barely sneaks out on him. And Fundy will regroup in the neutral. Singer trying to race for it. It's back into the Thunder zone. Moved around. Rennie playing that one back off the boards for Cochran. Cochran almost hit off that one there. Gets it to Warwick. Hands it off for Uliff. Uliff back for Warwick. Warwick walking in deep. Uliff back to the line. Cochran plays it over. And deep for Rennie. Rennie will walk up. Hand it over. Uliff for Cochran. Cochran, a shot on. And a big save there. Uliff, a shot over. Rennie. Back up to Singer. Singer to Rennie. Rennie, Uliff. Another shot blocked in front. And they can't keep it in. Camo dumps it down the other way. Just under 4 minutes left to go here now. 30 seconds left on the Fundy power play. Moore circling. He got the one to tie it up here just moments ago. Moore crossing in. And that'll be offside for the Thunder. Moore taking the draw here against Nickerson. Pushed through by Moore. Moore with it. Working in. Can't get the shot off. He's getting tied up. And Nickerson takes him down. And it's flipped out to the neutral for Pitts. Pitts moving that one. Flipped over. Atkinson working across blue. Atkinson in the corner. Around the back of the net. Gets it up to the line. McIver. Shot on, blocked, and it'll go up and hit the ceiling. .320 left to go. We are back to 5-on-5. Fundy down by 1. Here's the draw. Wildcats win it back. Kept in by Pitts with the foot, but not for long. Now Nickerson going the other way. He'll sauce it over. Breen there. Couldn't get his stick on it. Breen. Trying to play that one by Uliff. Looking for a pass. He gets pressured off back into his zone. Flipped over to Cochran. Cochran fires that one down the length of the ice. And that'll be icing. That's thrown down the length of the ice there. Rennie beats it. Wildcats in possession as they fire that one back. Fundy with it in their own zone. They fire it around the boards there. Moore will grab it behind the net. Moore skating by into the neutral. He'll cross red and flip it in. Ringette moving it. It's up along the boards. And a big hit there by Warwick to get the Fundy possession. Singer. Atkinson crossing red. He'll try and dump it in here. Flips it over. As that was offside, Warwick comes back out. Gambin throws it down onto the Fundy net. Moves through by Frazier to Singer. Singer brings it into the neutral zone here. He'll dump it in. Barrett chasing for it. Gambin battling as well. Barrett and Atkinson. Still in there. Barrett tried to get a shot off and fanned on that one. It's back out to the neutral for Parker. Parker moving it over. Singer back to Parker. Parker throwing that one to Barrett. Barrett walking in, trying to get the shot off, and he was pressured there. A nice pass to Cochran. He'll go into the corner with it. Cochran hit off that one by Breen. Gambin tries to get it out. Gambin pushing into the neutral now. He'll cross red and bring that one in. Fundy with the empty net here, mind you. Pitts playing that one around. Wildcats hemming them in with the empty net. Baird picking it up. Risky play over. And it's pushed by. Wildcats with possession. They'll play it back. Fundy with it now. They'll move it over. Rennie gets control. Tries to bring it in. Hands it off for Eula. Eula backhands that one in. Gambin fires that down. And that's in the back of the net. Gambin makes it 5-3 for the Wildcats with 27 seconds left on the empty netter. Draw here with 27 seconds left to go. McIver handing it back. Singer crossing red, and he'll dump it in. Wildcats trying to break it out now. Now pushing through. They'll play it over. Banks to Commode. Just under 5 seconds left. Commode's hit there. A big hit. Played in front. And that'll be the end of the game. And a close one it was. But after it all, Wildcats take the win 5-3. Shots 35-36. Wildcats getting the shots there by 1. And they take the win. Thank you for tuning into this game, folks. Final score, 5-3 Wildcats.